Hello, everyone, to our loved ones, family. Thank you for joining us again to my blog. And I am introducing my husband here, Ronald Stoddard. And I'm Tess Stoddard, your Tess Misan. Kachis Misan. One of our subscriber, he requested, his name is Mike Servito. Shout out for Mike Servito.
Mike
And
Sorbito
and Rosette, yes.
and Rosette, his loving wife.
And also shout out to the Posadas in Laurel because that's where we met. I came here, I thought I came here at March, but Ron, he remembered that I came here April 1987. And the question is where and when we met. So that's the story for today. That's what we will tell you. Test me. Okay, let's start. Honey, I came here and after 11 months.
Yeah, 11 months.
Yeah, and then Tatang came to introduce you to those lady in Laurel.
Yes.
Yes, and where am I that time?
At that time, you were working with Kathy Van Swollen and their family.
And no, in the house when you came to the Posadas house.
Yeah, that was up in Laurel.
Yes. Tatang came and he invited you that at first he asked you, Ron, why is it you don't have a wife yet? And then you said, oh, Nick, I'm afraid of responsibilities. But so like one of the posadas gave them drinks, and it happened that Ron he went to the kitchen.
Yeah.
After he finished his drinks, and there I am in the kitchen. That's
working on a wonderful meal, as I recall.
And then he introduced himself to me, and he said, "Hi, my name is Ron Stoddard." Because I was so busy at the time, I said, "Oh, okay. My name is Tess." And I just said, "My name is Tess. I have children and grandchildren." Just for me to get up my way because I need to finish my cooking. The visitors are already there.
Yeah, you were cooking for a lot of people, as I recall.
Yes, but he stayed in the kitchen. He's trying to help me that I don't know if he knows how to cook that time. So that was in March, right?
Yeah, it was Tata Nick that asked me. He said, "Ron, you don't have a partner. Why don't you come and meet some ladies up here in Laurel?" So I said, "Okay," and that's the way it got started. We had an opportunity to connect with the Posada gang, and this was a positively wonderful thing as far as I'm concerned because you don't get a second opportunity to make a first impression. So, I knew there was going to be some beautiful and interesting people, and when I found Tess in the kitchen, I said, "Oh Lord, this looks wonderful." And knowing that you were preparing a big gigantic meal, that was just no secret. The way to a man's heart is via the stomach, and the way to a lady's heart is via the door of a good restaurant.
So and then Tatang Nick, he called Ron. He said, "Ron, come here. I told you I will introduce you to all these ladies here. What are you doing there in the kitchen?" And then yeah, so you went inside and you talked to Tatang Nick. You told him that you would like to invite me for dinner.
Yeah.
But I said, "No, Tatang Nick, I'm not going with him." And then
Right.
Tatang Nick said, "Okay, me and Mainga are going with you." So So we went to a restaurant, and then like it happened 3 times. But around the time, I think he's not making a lot of money. He said he's not rich to treat all of us. And he said, Nick, she's old enough to take care of herself, and she has children and grandchildren. And then I don't do anything that he will not like me to do. So it like we went to church together. We still have Tatang Nick and Mahinga with us.
Yeah.
And it went on and on. And at one time I was off. And Ron, he knows that I'm not working that day. So he said, he came with this camera. This is funny. He came with his camera, and then he showed me how to ride the subway. We
Yeah.
went to Arlington, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Arlington. So we went there, and then he said, I asked him, what are we doing here? And then he said, we will just inquire. So they have us fill up a paper
Application.
and application. And then I'm still wondering, what are we doing there? And then a lady said, go to this room. And when we get there, there was I think that, is that the judge?
No, I don't know. It was just one of the people that worked there.
And then I got scared because that time my tourist visa is already expired. And so he took his camera. Ron have a camera around his neck. So the gentleman took it, and while he's asking us questions, he kept on clicking the camera. I'm laughing because this is funny at the end. And then he said, congratulations, you are husband and wife now. Go kiss your bride. I said, oh my God, we got married?
Yeah.
We didn't plan this. He said he just wanna show me the subway and
Get familiar, right?
yes. But before that, I kept on telling him, I will not marry a man that will not love my children. And I want all my children to be in this country. That's my purpose of me sacrificing here. And then it's like 2 weeks ago. Before that, I asked him, because he's asking me a lot of questions about getting married and all of that. I asked him, you will promise me that you will help me
Indeed.
bring all my children here?
Indeed.
And he swear. I said, I swear, I will promise you. so that made my mind. But I didn't know that when we went to Arlington, we are getting married. So I said, I was surprised and we are married.
Yeah.
But I was working live-in the time, and we cannot be together only for weekend.
Yeah.
So we celebrate a little bit, and then he dropped me to work. He kissed me, and that's it. So after a month, we tried to rent a small townhouse over there on Belpre.
Yeah.
And our friend, the Kison, Loida, and his kids and her husband, they came to go apple picking with us. So Ron was upstairs, and then he said, I told him, you will bring your camera so that we have a continuation from our wedding. And then he called me upstairs. He said, my camera doesn't have film. We didn't have picture.
You know what? It was absolutely weird because the camera was telling me that it had film in it, and that's the indication it gave. But surprise, it was telling me false.
I was upset. I was in tears. I said, we didn't have any picture. How would they know that we got married? We didn't even have single evidence because I know after that the process will start to the immigration.
Yes.
Uh, so uh, so we went apple picking. We were happy. We enjoyed it. I said it happened, and everybody make mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so this is one thing. When he took me to the immigration,
Uh-huh.
the gentleman took us into a closed room, and he told Ron, my husband,
Uh-huh.
Mr. Stoddard, you cannot petition your wife because you yourself, you are not a citizen. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, this was absolutely strange because I was working at the mapping agency at the time, and they had told us as a condition of employment that anybody, if you come in contact with a foreign national, you gotta let your office know. So I did that, and I told them about your situation, which is pretty much untenable. And I said to the agency where I work that this person really needs my help, and I told them at the same time I'm prepared to be completely honest and completely open with you because that's important too. And the security office, they told me that one of the things that I needed to do is be completely honest and open. So I told them that your situation was pretty difficult, and I wanted to do everything in my power to help you out. So the agency told me that as long as Tess is not part of one of the less friendly places to reside in the Philippines, the people that are not friendly towards the United States, they said that none of it will be a problem. And I said, okay, let's go ahead and proceed because I know this is important. And so the agency later on they had some other questions for me. I had to answer fill out some paperwork. So we were able to get the process started. But then
They took your DOD clearance.
no, that was later. That was later.
And they did investigate me
Yeah.
and my children in the Philippines
Yeah.
without them knowing that somebody is doing some background check.
Right, precisely.
But we are okay. We are normal family, my children, and we are living an honest and
a loving relationship.
Yes.
Right, precisely.
And then one day he was in Virginia for his
reserve duty.
A congresswoman from
Connie Morella.
we are allowed to mention them?
Yeah,
because it's more than 20 years now, so we can tell our story.
Yeah, they were
in public.
The agency was basically telling me that after I left there, they said that I'm not allowed to talk about the the events. I have to wait for 20 years before I can be honest and open about it, which is always my intent, because those are very important concepts in our life, and we do need to be honest and open.
So when she called, she's asking for Ronald G. Stoddard. And then she said, I'm sorry, ma'am. I didn't know that she was a congresswoman.
Yeah.
And I told her, I'm from the Philippines. And if you can use simple English. She said, on Wednesday, you and your husband, you are going to the governor's palace in Annapolis.
Annapolis, Maryland, yes.
And both of you need to dress up. So we went there. He was wearing a a suit,
Yeah.
and there were some people there, and we didn't know that that day he will become a U.S. citizen. So that's a very very memorial
Yeah.
day for us, because if he became a citizen, I will become a citizen too. So, and he started processing our papers
Yeah.
after
Yeah.
that. So it went smooth. We petitioned our children too in the
Yeah.
Philippines. At first, he made me a citizen first, and then after that, it just went smooth. Everything went fine. And so that's our story, how we met and where. Um, that's one of the comment from one of our um, subscribers, Mike Servito. And our next vlog, we will uh, share with you. After that, we
Yeah,
get
more. Yeah, we need to share more about the process, because
yes.
I know that as I recall, when wifey got the call from Connie Morella's office, I found out that Connie, she was absolutely instrumental in making sure that we got through the process, because uh, the thing of it was, the agency where I was working, uh, they were, it was a secret place that, terrorists had been looking for years, and they never really found it. But Connie Morella's office was, she was actually my congresswoman, and she was on the, what was it, the House subcommittee on governmental affairs. And since I was living in the same district where she was, the House of Representatives, she was in a prime position to help me out, because one of the things that transpired, the agency had told us that, we can't turn the clock back 35 years to find out, what happened to me and why I wasn't a citizen. But immigration said to us that we have neither the time nor the resources to go back and find out, what happened to me when I came here to the United States.
That's the next story, honey. Let's say goodbye to them and continue to join us in our journey. We will tell you more about our life, and at our age now, we are married for 31 years. And,
Yes.
we are happy and satisfied. And first, it's God that I pray to help me to bring my children here. And He gave me this man that He truly loved my children.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he petitioned them. He will get up early in the morning to talk to the U.S. Embassy in the Philippines, because Russell, our son, he will be 21 soon. He need to get here as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And it happened. So we will tell you more about our story. See you. We love you. Continue to join us in our blog, and we will tell you more. We promise. Our life now is an open book. It's been more than 20 years since this happened. We are married for 31 years. So we have the right to tell everybody. Thank you. God bless all. Okay, honey, say goodbye to them.
God bless. See you soon.
Yay!
Thank you.
Thank you. Ang babait ninyo. Thank you.